This is Earth, and an epic story is unfolding right here. Its incredible history spans 4.5 billion years, from a planet covered entirely in seas of molten lava to a world of green forests and endless oceans. But the long history of our planet is far from over. As we travel hundreds of millions of years into the future, humanity will face a stark and monumental choice. We will either face extinction or conquer the distant stars. To understand this choice, we must observe our own technological journey very closely. Let's witness humanity's final, greatest, and perhaps last inventions. In the far future, a new supercontinent will begin its slow formation. It will be called Pangaea Ultima. Sea levels will rise to unprecedented, dangerous heights. Slowly, all the water on the surface will evaporate. In this desolate world, only underground bacteria and archaea will ultimately survive. Millions of years will pass before our eyes. The highest mountains will majestically rise to the heavens, and new oceans and continents will constantly change our ecosystems. But can humanity truly influence the future of our planet? What great forces will shape its grand evolution? Let's take a look. Our planet has a complex, layered internal structure. The Earth's crust, the thinnest of its shells, is where we live. Below that is the mantle, the thickest layer, making up the bulk of our planet. It consists of solid matter, but it's less dense than you might think. The deeper you go, the hotter it gets, and the pressure builds to truly unimaginable, crushing levels. Within the mantle is a partially molten layer, where solids slowly move toward the planet's core. The core itself is the very center of Earth, making up about 30% of its total mass. The solid inner core floats in a liquid outer core. This constant movement is what creates our planet's vital magnetic field, protecting us from solar radiation. The solid outer shell of our planet, combining the crust and the upper part of the mantle, is called the lithosphere. This lithosphere is broken into massive plates that hold all the surfaces of our world. The largest of these are the Pacific and the Eurasian plates, but the African and Antarctic plates are also colossal, constantly moving giants. The continents haven't always been arranged this way. About 200 million years ago, they were all grouped together, forming one single gigantic supercontinent called Pangaea. This amazing supercontinent consisted of two very large parts, northern Laurasia and southern Gondwana, with the vast ocean of Tethys separating them. The movement of these plates shapes the entire landscape of our world. For example, Africa is moving northeast at about 2 centimeters per year, while India moves much faster, at 5 centimeters per year. This constant movement is what leads to the formation of mountains. The Red Sea is expanding by about a meter every century, and scientists predict the Mediterranean Sea will disappear in about 50 million years. When it does, a new mountain range as massive as the Himalayas will rise in its place. Future Earth will be a very different world. The formation of supercontinents like Pangaea has occurred many times before, at least 5 times in our planet's history. It will definitely happen again in the distant future. Whether humanity will survive to see it is highly debatable. If we do, we will face radical climate changes. If large land masses end up occupying the poles, ice will form, leading to an extreme global cooling event. Any supercontinent, wherever it forms, will cause radical changes in the climate as ocean currents are completely and forever transformed. Life on our planet has been pushed to the brink before. Global extinctions have wiped out as much as 90% of all life. Right now, Earth is once again facing immense threats. Could another extinction event completely destroy all life on Earth? Over the past 500 million years, 5 mass extinctions have occurred. These apocalyptic events are known as the Big Five, and each of them nearly destroyed all life on our world. Despite these disasters, Life has always managed to survive and eventually thrive. But in the last 2 centuries, the forces of nature have changed. The environment is no longer ruled by natural laws alone. Humans have become the most dominant species on our planet. We have significantly transformed Earth's fragile ecology, undermining billions of years of natural evolution. This raises a terrifying question. Are humans now causing a 6th great mass extinction, the first since the dawn of man? According to many scientists, it has already begun. The Great Acceleration in the mid-20th century was a key turning point. As human civilization progressed, it caused significant harm to the environment. Rapid technological progress increased the demand for natural resources and sharply increased the amount of harmful pollutants released into the atmosphere and oceans. One of the most significant factors has been carbon dioxide. Humanity has produced CO2 at an unprecedented, alarming rate. This has warmed our planet's global ecosystems. The oceans absorb 90% of this excess heat, which has had a devastating effect, destroying rich aquatic ecosystems like coral reefs. These vital ecosystems, nurseries for countless marine species, may disappear completely by the year 2050. But the consequences of our actions extend far beyond the climate. Decades of pollution and deforestation have caused a cascade of negative effects. The 6th mass extinction has already impacted our planet, with 75% of land habitats affected. We have destroyed food chains, altered climate patterns, and are now losing species at a truly frightening rate. In recent times, about 200 vertebrate species have gone extinct. That's roughly 2 different species every single year. Human intervention has accelerated extinction rates to over 100 times the natural background rate. This speed is comparable to the major paleo-ecological extinctions of the distant past. Even species once considered low risk are now experiencing serious difficulties. The planet faces a severe decline in global biodiversity. It seems humanity is now behaving more recklessly than ever before, often in a meaningless pursuit of power and profit. But there is still hope. We can become the first spacefaring civilization in history. Only the saddest scenarios can possibly stop our ascent to the stars. If we can avoid them, we have the potential to seed new life, a new beginning that could outlive the Earth itself and spread throughout the vast, silent universe. History teaches us one thing above all else: never underestimate the human race. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey through time fascinating, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. See you in the next video.